Welcome to Master 2255 English Phrasal Verbs, complete course with 150 categories for fluency. This course is your ultimate guide to mastering English phrasal verbs in every context. Today, we're diving into the 41st category, technology and devices, phrasal verbs for everyday tech use. These verbs are essential for talking about technology, gadgets, and digital interactions. Let's get started. First, let's begin with setup. This phrasal verb means to configure or prepare a device or system for use. For example, I need to set up my new laptop before the meeting, or she's setting up the printer for everyone in the office. Next is turn on. This refers to powering up a device. You might say, please turn on the computer to start the presentation, or he turned on the TV to watch the news. The opposite is turn off, which means to power down or stop a device. For instance, don't forget to turn off the lights when you leave, or she turned off her phone during the meeting. Login describes accessing a system or account by entering credentials. You could say, log into your email to check for updates, or he couldn't log in because he forgot his password. The opposite is log out, which means to exit a system or account. For example, remember to log out after using a public computer, or she logged out of her account before lending her phone to a friend. Plug-in refers to connecting a device to a power source or network. You might hear, make sure to plug in your laptop, it's running low on battery, or he plugged in the router to fix the internet. Shut down means to power off a device completely. For instance, the system shuts down automatically after 30 minutes of inactivity, or she shut down her laptop before heading home. Boot up describes starting or powering on a computer or device. You could say, it takes a few seconds for the computer to boot up, or he booted up his console to play a game. Breakdown refers to a device or system malfunctioning or stopping working. For example, the printer broke down in the middle of printing the report, or my old phone keeps breaking down, it's time for a new one. Run out of means to completely use up a resource like power or storage. You might say, I ran out of battery during the call, or her laptop ran out of storage space. Turn up refers to increasing the volume or brightness of a device. For instance, can you turn up the volume? I can't hear the video, or he turned up the brightness to read in the sunlight. The opposite is turn down, which means to decrease the volume or brightness. You could say, please turn down the volume. It's too loud, or she turned down the brightness to save battery. Scroll up describes moving upward on a digital screen. For example, scroll up to reread the first part of the message, or he scrolled up to find the photo he was looking for. The opposite is scroll down, which means moving downward on a screen. You might hear scroll down to view the rest of the article, or she scrolled down to check the latest comments. Finally, hook up refers to connecting a device to another, often electronically. For instance, I hooked up the speakers to my laptop for better sound, or he hooked up the projector for the presentation. These phrasal verbs are incredibly useful for discussing everyday technology and devices. Practice using them in your conversations about tech, and they'll quickly become second nature. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.